Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are broadcasting live from the most powerful city in the world. Uh, that's where the boss BJ, the Midnight Rider, broadcasts from. I am broadcasting from the front seat of my wife's Mazda Miata because she gets down like that, and we can drop the top on a beautiful fall night like this. It's the big guy KG sitting in the driver's seat right now, with none other than probably the biggest Aretha Franklin fan you'll find in the Midnight Rider, because all he wanted some RESPECT, find out what it means to him.
What's up? What's up?
On the outside of him is none other than quite possibly the biggest Supreme fan you'll find in the boss BJ, who keeps all the lights on. He says, stop in the name of love before you break his heart. Think it over.
I've been singing that to Buffalo all year, and they're not listening.
How y'all fellas feeling tonight?
Well, it's Thursday. It's the Sideline Junkies. And everybody walks around saying, Thursday night, Throwdown. Yeah.
That indeed it is. Now we here for a good time, not a long time. So we need to get this going, get it jumping off, because boss BJ, are you front and center for the TV for your team tonight?
Not front and center. I'm kind of off to the side. And we'll get into that. Just don't know what to expect from this team, and I ain't trying to get all riled up and get the blood pressure going before I have to go to bed. So I got one eye on them. After that Patriot loss, they don't deserve both eyes on the TV.
Hopefully it's your right eye.
Understandable. First up, we got some NBA talk. Me and the Midnight Rider was talking about it off air. And first and foremost, I wanted to get to this Tuesday, but we ran out of time. James Harden was not with Philadelphia because he was dealing with his mom being ill, and he's taking care of her. And I hope and pray she gets well soon. Me personally, I don't like what the team is doing to him, because he came back, bags packed, ready to get on the team plane, and was stopped by security, and so he couldn't travel with the team. Before I give my thoughts, I'll give it to the Midnight Rider, then Boss BJ, and then I'll finish it up. Midnight Rider.
I'm not going to spend too much time on this because we don't really know the situation. I don't have too much information on this. It could be a situation where Philly might be trying to look out for him. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They may be like, hey, look, man, it's an 82-game season. Your mom's sick. Maybe they try and take care of the guy and be like, look, go be with her so that way you don't have regrets. Because sometimes having that regret of not being there if something happens can weigh heavy on the heart. The other side of it is they could be just being some assholes because he didn't show up to a couple of practices, and now they holding this against him. So I really don't know which way to go on this because I don't have enough information. So I'm not going to crucify the Sixers for argument B. Now I'm not going to crucify Harden because of argument A. So I'm going to sit back and let this one figure itself out before we go there. Go ahead, BJ.
And I'm going to flip to the other side. And I'm going to look at it from being the Sixers GM and management. And, the Midnight Rider is 100% right. We don't know the situation. And, certain things that are brought up is a touchy subject. If your mom is sick, your mom is sick, But for James Harden, it just so happened to be horrible timing in the timeline that's went on with him and the 76ers the last couple of months, with him demanding a trade and calling out certain people. And it gets to the point where with anything, people get weary of you crying wolf too many times. And I'm not, not saying that his mom isn't sick, but the Sixers are kind of they might be tired of him. And it might be time, they don't want him there because they might be trying to move on from him. Or maybe he gets his wish and gets out of Philadelphia. Like I said, we can't. It would be irresponsible us to, I'm just playing devil's advocate, and just kind of how Philadelphia's management is thinking. We, like Midnight Rider said, we don't have the information. It will be irresponsible as trying to present information that we don't have 100% of all the info. So I'll leave it at that. And it's just one of them things where it's just a bad situation with both parties, and I don't think it's any middle ground. I think it's going to be time. It would be hard to see him reconcile them, but we'll see what happens.
See, now you brothers and done went all ethical on me, and y'all done kind of brung up the true feelings. Like, we don't know everything. We don't know the inner workings. And I was telling the Midnight Ride, I said, it's kind of crazy. Something like this is kind of more along the lines of, no, you go ahead and you stay with your mom. The hell with business. We'll discuss business when she gets better. Right now, you stay with your mom. I mean, that's, as a GM, that's what I'm calling hard and telling them, nah, you stay with moms. Don't worry about no fines. Don't worry about nothing. You worry about moms. That's it. Because you only get one. But it seems like, I mean, in my opinion, it seems like they are moving on from him, but we don't know how to. It could have been a conversation that was had after security stopped him. We don't know. We weren't there. And I just, the half-ass stories that come out, I don't like that shit, because then you build this narrative that's not even true. And then there lies the problem. So, but all in all, the most important thing is his mom's health,
Right.
and her being 100% healthy is the most important thing. Not no trade, no contract talks, no none of that is important right now. Basketball is not really important. But as somebody that sees sports as a getaway, whether it be basketball, football, baseball, gaming, whatever, but as somebody that sees that as a getaway, he also may need that so he does not go crazy. So it's six in one hand, six in the other. So uh next up, the Midnight Rider brought this to my attention this morning. I'm a little upset about it, but he was talking about the Bulls having a team only meeting after the first game. DeMar DeRozan talking about uh we're definitely going to be better. He's giving out guarantees on game 2 about being better, but then also I see, well, the Bulls and DeRozan are so far apart on an extension that he may be traded soon. But I really don't care for this talking point that it is for what it is. But God, a team only meeting after the first game. What are we doing here?
It was the biggest, like, dog. It took. I, when I saw it, I just busted out laughing. Like, we got to have a team meeting after the first game. We got bigger problems. And if I'm the GM, you might as well go ahead and start breaking this down and starting over, or start the rebuilding process, because you ain't got it. If you're holding an in-depth conversation about accountability and doing the little things after one game, you a lost cause. And this is really for show. It's really the fake like we care, because you don't really care. It wouldn't be a conversation if, or it wouldn't be a one of these meetings if you really cared, because you'd handle this on the plane just between all of y'all, and it wouldn't be a thing where, oh, we pull people aside. No, you go to that man, the man that you got the problem with, you tell him what the problem is, and you keep it moving. It didn't need all of this that it is. It's flat out stupid to me. BJ?
I don't have anything on the Bulls take. I do have an NBA take that I want to talk about.
Go ahead, because I think I got one too.
KD and LeBron will face off for the first time since Christmas Day 2018. And people wonder why the NBA is going the way it's going, and people really not interested like they used to be. This would be great if this was 2019. We're in 2023, and your two top 5 stars, top 3 stars, whatever you want to call them, have not played each other since 2018. I just want to put that out there, let that simmer for a second. And also, I don't know if anybody else noticed, and maybe it's just my eyes accustomed to what I see here in DC, but I could have swore I saw Bradley Beal the first game of the season in street clothes at Phoenix. Can anybody confirm this? I could have swore.
No, yeah,
Yes,
that's
he
the
was out with a
information.
back injury.
Oh, okay. He was out with a back injury.
He's probably not
Okay.
gonna play tonight.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I saw what I saw, and I didn't see Bradley Beal playing not 1 minute once again. I just wanted to see if anybody else saw that. Okay, that's all I had with the NBA. It's gonna be an interesting season. But yeah, that's all I had. I just wanted to throw them 2 points out there. Like, you putting two $100 bills on the table, you just walk off and let the people fight for them.
Uh, before I before I jump on to the next one real quick, that whole Bulls thing, I don't see Billy Donovan making it to the end of the season. But to transition to the next one, I don't see Darvin Ham making it to the end of the season as Lakers head coach. LeBron's on a minutes cap. It's a clip of LeBron going around saying, "Hey, I could play point guard and ruin that. We can do something." It's like LeBron's begging to play. He's like, "I'm just kind of floating out there." You have the best player in the world as your leader of this team.
I don't know if he's still the best player in the world, but keep going.
I, I
No,
at
just
this
keep
present
going. Keep
point,
going.
okay. I, I I'll say this. I would love to have a LeBron problem where I just got to figure out where I'm gonna put him at. But if he wants to bring the ball up and he wants to run point and he wants to distribute, excuse me, I would let him do it. He want to get out there
Why?
and rebound. I
Why?
would let him do it
Why would you let him do it? Why?
Well, I
because
don't
I
know.
don't.
I mean, I think right now they have to hold him back at least until November 5th.
Well, my
Because
thing
So
is,
huh?
you put him on a minutes restriction.
Yeah, until at least November 5th.
here's
Because
the
November
thing.
5th is the start of
Even
the in-season NBA tournament. And we can't have him not ready for the in-season NBA tournament. Come on, guys. You got to get
but
ready for this. We got
but
to want up.
here's the thing. Even if he brought the ball up the court, who the hell else is going to score? Because Anthony Davis didn't score anything in the second half of the Nuggets game. And that's another point I want to put one more $100 bill on the table and walk off. The Lakers talked all this shit, Anthony Davis and LeBron James, about the Nuggets. That you made that a statement game. You made that a game where we're going to come out and show that sweep that they did against us last year was a fluke and we weren't in our right state of mind. We weren't at 100% healthy. When you make those statements and make them public, Midnight Rider just said it with the Bulls. Y'all can have a team only meeting. Just shut the fuck up about it. Nobody has to know that you had a team only meeting. Okay, we're in this time where everybody has to know everything. The Lakers and singling out LeBron and AD made this big stink about the Nuggets talking trash to them, and you come out and you lay an egg. You made that a statement game where you're supposed to come out and put the Nuggets in their place and let them know that 4-0 sweep was a fluke last year. We coming for that ass. Now I don't want to hear and people are going to, oh, it was the first. Nah, the Nuggets were ready for y'all. So it's just, I hate this NBA that everybody got to talk about what they're going to do instead of going out on the court and doing it. I've heard Bradley Beal talk all summer about how it's going to be impossible to guard all three of them, and you not even playing the first game. Like it's just you couldn't write a better script. Like this is drama at its finest. These games should be played on TMZ, Entertainment Tonight, and Fox 5 News 10 o'clock. That's where these games should be played because it's nothing but gossip and drama, and we moved away from the game we grew up wanting and love. This isn't it.
So, are
Oh.
we having a watch party for the first game of the in-season tournament? Because
We have we have to. We have to. Wings. I mean, we got to do it up. We have to do it like a Super Bowl. It has to be some platter, so the veggie dip, the wings. Your favorite beverage, whatever you need. I mean, because this is must see TV. I'm surprised it's not on HBO.
they actually might put some of the games on pay-per-view.
See,
So we
Yeah.
don't know yet. But let's get to Edmund's comment.
Edwin
Edmund
says
says,
LeBron is done. That matchup is not something I want to see. The Joker and Giannis is a better ticket to me. He also says the Joker is the best player in the league. I'll give you that. Anthony Davis can't guard a pork chop. Had a Nation of Islam meeting. Good grief. That's pretty bad defense, man.
so I will say this because last night, I started the evening like trying to compliment the Wizards on the way they were playing defense, and like literally, it was like I felt like I had the announcer's jinx because right after I said it, they just let Indiana just go on this tear, and I don't know what Indiana is, and I know it's only one game, and I know they were playing the Wizards, but Indiana, we all seen the movie Speed, where it's like if you go under 55 miles per hour, the bus is gonna blow up. Well, I feel like when Indiana get the basketball, if the shot clock gets to 10 seconds, the gym gonna blow up because they come down, they get the basketball moved around, and they shoot that as fast as they can. The other takeaway from last night was Porzingis. Porzingis is in Boston. I underestimated the impact of Porzingis and Drew Holiday. I remember Holiday, but Porzingis, oh my gosh, he looks like he's stealing money. He's stealing house money. He was I think he hit. I don't even know what he scored last. I think he scored 30 last night. But Porzingis had probably the easiest 30 of his life last night.
Yeah, 30 points.
I watched OKC because I was big on watching that, and of course they played somebody's Bulls team. Oof. Oof. Who else did I watch last night? Because League Pass gave me a special. So I watched a couple other. Oh, I watched Portland last night. Yeah, Portland. I thought Portland might be something, but I mean, I know it's one night, but after last night, they looked like five dudes that met in the like on the court. Like, you know how you walk up on the court on the hardwood, and you're like, "Hey, well, my name's Ben. You got next? Yeah, then let me roll with you." That's what Portland looked like last night. They look like they were just picking five dudes up, and they all had "Hello, my name is" tags on their chest. What else did I take away from last night? I think that's it.
Edwin say, was Wembenyama in foul trouble or hurt? Why did he play so few minutes?
So he had foul trouble, but he also has a little bit of a veteran coach, so he's going to be brought along slowly. So he's not going to let him, like the first part of the season, he's not going to let him loose. But he made a play last night on, I think it was Kyrie that took a step back, and like that 7'5" wingspan showed. Like no ordinary dude would have blocked Kyrie's shot on that play. But remember Yama? Yeah.
They had a couple of graphics. Go ahead, B.
Nah, I don't have anything to add.
They had a couple graphics up saying that he had the same output in his first game that Tim Duncan had. And the first thing I said is don't start that. Don't start talking about he's going to be the next Tim Duncan, and no, he's going to be the next Wembenyama. That's who he's going to be. He's not going to be the big fundamental. We'll figure out a name for him, but that's who he's going to be. Don't put that on him to be the greatest power forward in the history of basketball. Okay. Ed would say, "Pop owe me some money." That ain't helping my bets on FanDuel. Hey, it be like that, and I hate it.
You want to do that? Jaylen Brown owe me some money. LaMelo Ball owed me some money. Who else? So all I needed LaMelo Ball was I had 20. So last night when I turned, because I was watching the game, he shot a couple threes. He kept doing the little signal on the arm. I'm thinking, this joker hot. He was 4 for 11 from three-point lane. What we doing this for? He's 4 for 11, bro. He only had 15 points. I needed 20. Jalen Brunson. That's the new list because he on the shit list too. He didn't even get 25 last night. Brunson, 25 and 8. He had 5 assists. What we doing? All right, I'm gonna stop the betting segment of the show.
And something that I wanted to touch on with the boss BJ, he said something that was right on time. He said this type of NBA, they can't just do things and nobody knows. It can't be done behind closed doors. That's this generation, period. You know, they always say G's move in silence like the G in lasagna. But you sitting there talking about, hey, I'm moving in silence over here. Hey, look at me. I'm moving in silence. I'm like the G in lasagna. You know, you got to have people in your business. So that's just the time and the generation that we in right now. So on to the question of the night.
Oh, I did 20. Dog.
Oh,
that lyric, isn't that like Lil Wayne? That lyric might be before they were born. Are you sure they saying that?
well, that's what I see a lot of. I see a lot of.
I'm not hip, no cap. I don't eat glizzies. I don't know whatever the hip shit is. I don't know none of that shit. So, do you think?
Well, you know, the whole glizzy thing. Like you got Ant Glizzy and Shy Glizzy. Like I'm like, okay, does glizzy mean gun or does it mean hot dog? Which one is this dude named Ant Hot Dog or Shy Hot Dog or Shotgun or Ant Gun? Like, I'm lost.
You know what? We just ended the progressive commercial.
All right, question of the night, and I kept this under wraps because I want initial reaction from everybody. So after Sunday's game, huh?
We gotta blitz this Omaha style to get to the Buffalo game.
Yeah. So I asked this I asked this because this was after Sunday's game. Magic Johnson tweeted out about not being able to win in the NFL when you only score 7 points. Somebody said Magic needs to stop tweeting and reaming the team in public and do something. Do you gentlemen agree that Magic's tweets are harmful more than helpful?
I really don't care about his tweets. I care about what happened today. I care about that more than anything else.
And we'll get to that in 1 second, boss BJ.
I think that when you have somebody of that magnitude, because nobody's done this on this team, nobody in upper management has went at this team this way and told them that what y'all are doing on the field is unacceptable. I don't mind it because it is unacceptable. And once again, we live in an age and a society where you can't tell the truth. You can't tell people the truth to their face because it hurts too much. And, you know, you got to dance around it. And Magic's just not one of them people. We know he isn't. So I welcome the tweets.
I'm right there with you. I welcome it as well because this is a way of holding this team accountable. And that's what we talk about not happening is being held accountable. I'm with that. Hold them accountable in public. Now that's something that needs to be done. So I'm definitely with that. Edwin says Magic is greatness and the owner. He can say what the hell he want. Damn right, Edwin. Damn right. So that was just the question of the night right there. Midnight Rider, tell everybody the news that happened today.
So the Washington Commanders had a new senior VP of football operations, Eugene Chen. He's supposed to be head of their analytics, probably head of their football operations, for lack of a better word, for the rest of this. He's been with the Dolphins, the Ravens, and the Jaguars. He left the Jaguars because he was VP of their analytics department and left in 2022. He had some crazy job title because I looked at his LinkedIn. I forgot what his new job was, but I just know that I'm not smart enough and I don't know enough about computers to have his job title. I still need to. I probably need a green screen to try to understand what he's doing. But yeah, this guy is very smart. They got him to hire. They hired him for his analytics. He's going to probably be here. I think his start date is November 6th. But there's no way that he isn't plugged in. He's not on a Zoom call. He's not taking information this next week. So when phone calls ring and teams ask about Chase Young, they ask about Montez Sweat, they ask about Curtis Samuel, they ask about some of these guys. There's no way this guy's not in the process or in the loop of these conversations. He's probably gonna be the person that breaks the ties, because I think at this point it's Harris, Chen, and then Ron and the Marty party. And then they got to just deal with whatever comes from this. But I think they got to move Sweat. I don't think they should have came into the season with Sweat. But that's a whole conversation for another point in time.
Yeah, because I'm not agreeing with that. Boss BJ?
Why don't you like functional football, KG?
We'll get to it, boss.
Look, man, you gotta do it piece by piece. I like the hiring. You know, I don't know, man. I wouldn't mind if the ownership group here made a change, but we've talked about that so many times. And you know, to the trading, I don't know, man. I know we keep hearing Chase Young name and Montez Sweat name, and it's just like you have to really sit down and weigh out who's been more effective, who's played more, and you kind of got to go for that, because if you do decide to trade one of these guys, you're going to get some value back. But it's just you got to decide what you can do, because you can't pay all these guys. You have to address some other issues that we see on this team now. So,
preach, BJ.
You know, it is what it is. It's just like, you know, you have to pick your poison. You drafted nice. Yeah, it was nice, but you know, this should be a lesson to other teams. Don't spend 4 first-round draft picks on your defensive line. It's going to look nice. Some games they're going to look unstoppable, but then the holes you didn't fill are going to be glaring. And now, you know, like everybody keeps saying, you have to pay these guys, and that's not, you know, that comes at a price, and you can't tie up that type of money in one position group. You just can't do that with this salary cap and how the NFL is now, unless you just want to be, you know, the sack monsters of the NFL and, you know, go 13 and whatever every year. I mean 3-13 or whatever. Would be 3-14 now, wouldn't it? Yeah. I mean,
but BJ, they didn't follow the blueprint. The blueprint is, if you draft 4 linemen with the blueprint, and the blueprint is what the San Francisco 49ers did with Eric Armstead and company. Once they got their 4 linemen, they were all first rounders. The first time somebody was eligible to move or make move in their final year, they moved Armstead to the Indianapolis Colts, took the pick, because I think it was a first round pick, and then they drafted a replacement for that first round pick. So you're not paying that, you're paying one of your D tackles first round money, but you're not paying both. And then you move on from your defensive end 2 years later, the one that you're not going to keep. You move over him the season before he gets in his last year of his deal, and boom, that's what it is. This team, for some reason, does not understand the concept of moving off of pieces. And I'm going to say this regime doesn't understand moving off of pieces in the right time and frame. You should never have been in a situation with Deron Payne, because you should have moved him the season before you paid him, because that's the whole reason you drafted for Darian Mathis, and you move on from either Chase or Sweat. I'd have moved on from Sweat, because I think we know what Sweat is. I think Sweat is at his ceiling. I don't think Chase is. So I think that's why Tuesday on Halloween, when everybody's saying trick or treat, I think Chase should be getting, I think Montez should be getting flight plans to his new city. We got like 3 minutes left before we got to get really into this Buffalo game.
I got you. And the reason why I don't want to move on is because if you move on from Chase, you look like an idiot because it's number 2 overall pick. You move on from Sweat, he's got the potential to be better, but potential gets you fired. So it's like you damn if you do, damn if you don't.
No, but
If you move on from either one, you won't know what you get back until you get those draft picks. It could come out better in the long run. Like Midnight Rider just said, if you picking right and you fill those holes, you won't even remember these names.
you
You
got plans for the future, man.
it sounds good. Don't get me wrong. These are high draft picks. They play very well at times. But if you mortgage it, and we've seen teams in the last couple of years mortgage your future to win now. But if you mortgage it and you're taking the chance, do you come back with an 8% rate, or do they lower it and you get the 3% rate? And yeah, you don't care what you gave up. So that's the thing. It's just like you have to give up one of these guys, probably more than likely. But what are you going to do with the capital you're going to get coming back? That's what the problem is with this team. They don't do well with the capital they get, and then sometimes they hit and strike lightning, but not enough times to make a difference on the field and amongst the other problems.
All right, real quick. Off topic, are the Ravens going to get Henry from Tennessee?
I don't think so. That's not their MO.
I don't know.
That's another show.
No. That's a
I'm
whole.
sorry.
I wasn't even prepared for that question.
I'm talking about is a hot dog a sandwich? That's another. We gotta do that later. We gotta put in that.
I like it. I like it. I like it though. Next up, final topic of the night. Thursday night football. Bucks visiting the Bills. Bills 10-point favorites. Over under 43.5. Boss BJ, it's your team. Take it away.
Real quick, because I got to hop off. I posted something if you're in our Sideline Junkies group, and I said it on the show Sunday. This offense, this is Josh Allen's fault. This is 17's fault why this offense is not moving. He has to show the load. He has the arm, okay? And I really think that the criticism he took from Sean McDermott and maybe some media heads has made him gun shy to run. This offense is not going to work with him running the ball as many times as he does now. And I posted that stat. All the Buffalo successful seasons, he's averaged over 6 or 7 carries per game. Right now, he's only at 4.9. If he continues this trend, Buffalo will continue to lose. The whole point of this offense is that he's a dual threat quarterback. That's what opens up Gabe Davis. Stephon Diggs, he's proven to you he can get open. New England was double teaming him a lot last week. He's proven to you it doesn't matter. He can get open. He doesn't have any help. None of those receivers are helping. We drafted a tight end in the first round that they're using like he's a 4th round pick. It's his time to shine now because Dawson Knox is out for at least 4 games. So it's time to see what this guy can do with this first round draft pick we put on the tight end. So now it's time to. This should be a difference maker, a game changer. This guy should be. So we're gonna see. But if you see 3-4 carries from Josh Allen, like Buffalo either is going to squeak by and win, or they're going to lose the game. Give me the Bucks covering. I'll take the under and the Bills winning.
Okay. You got anything else, BJ, before you go? Because this is yours.
No. That's all I got. Like I said, I think I love that I found that stat because I said that stat with Josh Allen. If he's not running the ball and he's not taking advantage, then after a while, he's a threat running. But after a while, teams are gonna be like, "Hey, he's not running the ball. Send the house. Send the house. He's not running the ball. Whatever the reason is." And we don't know what the reason is. I think I know what the reason is. I think that's it. That's where I'm putting my finger on. But if this guy doesn't run the ball, this offense cannot be what it is. And everybody's wondering, what's wrong with the Buffalo offense? Josh Allen's not running the ball. You go look back at the games, the last 3 or 4 games, Josh Allen's not – he's usually one of the top rushers with some decent amount of yards. All it takes is 1 or 2 of them runs that 15-yarder, that 19-yarder, and now the linebackers are scared to turn their backs. The DBs are scared to turn their backs now because now they have to account for him running, jumping over people and stuff. But he's not doing that. So now you can play one way on defense against Buffalo. And when you get it, it's the same thing when you're down 20 points and they know you got to throw the ball. We're not worried about you running. So now they're not worried about him running. They got Gabe Davis in a jail cell. I can't even tell you the other receiver's name. I know their name, but they're not worthy of talking about on air. And then you got two tight ends that, I guess they're out there for blocking. And then you got Stephon Diggs dancing all over the field with 10, 11 catches, and the offense isn't moving. So, they're giving the ball to James Cook. James Cook's getting decent yardage. And then it's like they stop giving him the ball. They give him the ball, he cuts some, he makes some good runs, and then they like, okay, that worked for a little bit. Let's just pass the ball the rest of the game. So there's no balance on this offense. So for the Bills to win tonight, Josh Allen has to run the ball 6 or 7 times. He has to, or else they're gonna struggle. They're gonna squeak past and win, or they're going to Bucks won't clip them. That's all I got.
I'm gonna keep mine short and simple. If you believe in Baker, I believe in Baker. Because Baker's giving you the best that he's got. But I don't think they win this ball game. I think Baker and company will cover. I think we'll hit the under because Thursday Night Football doesn't really hit the over that often. But I think Baker Mayfield and company is going to make this a very interesting ball game. If they win, that's cool. But I don't know if he's going to get to that point. I think Baker's going to do enough to make this a competitive ball game. But the elite talent of the Buffalo Bills will end up in a victory for the Buffalo Bills. KG, take us away. Take us away right before kickoff.
I'm taking Buffalo. I'm taking Buffalo to win, the under. And also, I think the Bucks will cover. Edwin says Josh Allen is a low budget Brett Favre, a fake gunslinger that takes too many chances. And he also says the year to defense. So I believe both of those things are true. I think Buffalo's defense steps up and has a pretty damn good game. Edwin said he has Tampa.
Woo, the fighting fields.
We'll see how that goes down. And about it's a hot dog sign. He says, sorry, I wanted to shift the conversation away from the Commanders. I wanted to talk about something important and vital to my life. I love it. I absolutely love it. Final thoughts before we close this thing out, fellas.
Hit us on the chat and let us know when season starts. So maybe we might spend a night out hanging out in Virginia, watching your team play if y'all close by. I can't remember if you're in VA or North Carolina, but if you're in VA, let us know. And then the other final thought is just let's watch some football.
Yeah, most definitely. Let's sit back, relax, get something to eat, fall asleep with your mouth hanging open in the third quarter because this game probably going to be over by the third. Buffalo's going to be up by that much. But Tampa Bay will be competitive. And he said he's in VA. He's in Dumfries.
All right, bet. So a Saturday game, we might have to go out there and watch you on a Saturday.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
So
meanwhile, I'm just gonna keep leaving voice messages to Miss Fat Booty because she keeps leaving me on red.
So for the Midnight Rider, the boss BJ, Edwin say let's do it, and he got a spot. Cool. For the Midnight Rider, the boss BJ, I'm the big guy KG on location. We don't do no overtime, y'all. Enjoy Thursday Night Football because we are out of here.